How's it going, everyone? It's Leo here. So before I talk about anything, I want to address the fact that I know I have been gone for about 2 months, and there's a couple reasons for that. One of them is because I was in Mexico spending some time with the family. The other is because it's my last semester of college, so I've been busy with that, studying, getting my work done, just making sure I can graduate. But the main reason for that is because my channel before was focused on stocks, real estate, and more like tips and advice and Robinhood. But I fell into something new, which is options trading. And I've only been at it for the past 2 months because I've been trying it out. And it seems a lot more lucrative, this options trading, than I was with stocks and anything I was doing before. So with real estate, I haven't talked about it too much because I already closed on my property. It's already rented. I'll probably make more videos on that in the future, but at the moment there's not much to talk about in terms of my perspective. But if anything comes up, I will talk about it. But when it comes to options trading, it's just been going a lot better for me than it has with stocks before. So that's what I'm going to focus my channel mostly on, is options trading, but I'll still touch on just day-to-day stock day trading regularly. And real estate, I'll still be talking about that, just not as much, but I'll still be talking about it. And if you drop down in the comments just anything you want to see on real estate, I'll talk about it as well. But at the moment, my focus is going to be on options trading. Now, if you don't know what options trading is, I'm about to go into that right now. But before I do want to address something. Since I have been gone for about 2 months, I'm only going to do this for my first 100 subscribers, and I'm going to drop my phone number down in the description so you can text me, call me, you could do whatever, and I will help you out with any questions you may have. Since I am a smaller channel, I want to give back and give you something that bigger channels won't do. Since I am small, I can give you that. I can talk with you. I can give you advice. I can meet with you one-on-one, and that's more of a thank you for being subscribed to my channel, and I really appreciate it. What options trading is basically putting money down on an estimate of what price a stock will hit in a certain amount of time. So let's say Tesla right now is at 270. You could put a call, which is basically saying that's the price that you are estimating, which is a strike price. You can put a 280 call that Tesla will push up to 280 in a week, in 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and then you have that much time for Tesla to push up to that price. Now, if it does push up to that price, it's a lot more volatile, and you're going to make a lot more in that than in the stock itself. So let's say if Tesla pushed up 1% closer to your call, you're going to make probably 10, 20, 30% or 5% on that call, on the options. So it's a lot more volatile, so there's a lot more reward involved. There is risk involved because if it doesn't hit that price, or if it starts declining as you bought the call, then you're going to be losing a lot of money and you could potentially lose it all. But the thing with options is you can make 100%, 200%. I've even heard of 1000% back on your money. So if you put 500 down, you can make possibly $1,000, $2,000. You can make $50, $100, and this could all be in the time frame of a day, 2 days, maybe even a couple hours. Now, I'm not really going to touch into this too much, but just like there's a call where you're estimating that a stock will go up to this price in a certain amount of time frame, there's also a put, which you're basically estimating that it will go down in a certain amount of time frame. So you're basically betting against the stock. You're betting that it will go down, and you can make money off this. I prefer to just stick with, I think it's going up. It's a lot simpler than me trying to predict the downfall of a company. So you can look into putting in puts and stuff, but I recommend just sticking with calls for now. An example I have here is I put 500 down on an options call for Tesla, and I predicted that it would go up to, I believe it was 290 call, back when Tesla was at 280, and I put 500 down on the call. And I made $50 off that call, and Tesla, the stock itself, only pushed up 1%. But I made a 10% return on my money since I was in on options. So if I were in on the stock and it was at 500, let's say, if it pushed up 1%, I would make a $5 profit there. But since I was in options, I was able to make a 10% profit, which is going to be $50. So if you're wondering how an options of a stock could actually make more than the stock itself, it's because an options is basically like a promise to buy or promise to sell at the strike price. So you're not actually buying the stock, you're buying basically a contract for that price. So that's why the options itself could vary from, let's say if Tesla's worth 300 right now, you could get an options at 200, you could get an options at 3,000. It all depends on like your time frame and the amount that you're putting in. But so basically you're getting in for contracts, and these contracts are times 100. I'm not really sure why, but the contracts are just times 100. So let's say if a contract is $5, it's going to be $500 because it's 100 of those contracts. So where you're making your money is that the contracts go up in value if the stock price goes up. So if the contract goes up to $5.01, it's 1 cent times 100. So you just made $1 off just a 1 cent increase, which in the stock price was probably nothing. It was just a slight change. So let's say if it picks up a whole dollar, you just made $100 if it went from a $5 contract to a $6 contract, because it went from $500 to $600. So that's the main reason of like why you could actually make more in the options than you can in the stock. So now, even though options trading does offer better rewards, as a new investor, I would still suggest that you stick to stock trading, at least for the beginning, so you can get the rhythm of seeing the patterns, looking at the tendencies, reading the SMA, and really understanding a stock and investing when you truly know it's at a good price, and then selling when you know it's at a high price. So if you're putting in on options 500 and you don't really understand the basics, it's possible you could lose it all. But if you go in on a stock, you could still only lose maybe 5 or 3%. You'll lose money there, but you'll learn from that knowledge. And then once you go into options trading, it'll go better for you, and then you'll be making more money off that. But let's say you do just want to jump right into options trading. You got to ask yourself, okay, how much money am I willing to lose? Because if you have $10,000 in your bank account right now, don't just take all those 10,000 and then put it into options trading, because if you lose all those 10,000, I'm sure it would affect you. What if you only set aside 100? Like $100 would still suck if you lost it, but you could live without it. And you're risking that money to make more money. Those 100 could turn into 200, 300, 1,000 over the long run, or maybe even a couple weeks if you're really good at this. But you gotta ask yourself, how much am I willing to lose? How much am I willing to put on the line to make more? That's key here. You don't want to invest more than you're willing to lose. So now this trade here has been my most profitable yet in the past maybe 2 or 3 weeks that I've been doing options trading. And it's been with BA, which is Boeing, the airplane manufacturer. They had 2 crashes within like 6 months, and that drastically affected their stock price. And they were trading around 430, and this brought their price all the way down to 360. Now, I knew that was too low, and they had to push back up due to that massive drop. And in this case, they just happened to do that very same thing. And I bought it when it was 3% under that day, and by the time I sold it, it was 3% over that day. So in the stock, it was 6% gain for me if I would have invested in the stock itself. But since I went in on options, you could see that I paid $492 because it was $4.92 times 100, so $4.92. And from that, it pushed up to $12.80 times 100. So you could see my equity, $1,280, which reflects a 160% profit in 1 day. And I day traded that. So I bought it and sold it that very same day for a $788 profit. So now you just saw that I made over a $700 profit in 1 day off just a couple $100s. Now, if that's something you like and you want to get into, well then be sure to like this video and subscribe to my channel, because it would really help me out to keep making more videos like this, and possibly even give like suggestions on which options I like and which ones could potentially pull up and make you some good amount of money, because I'm going to be making more videos consistently and possibly even do live trading sessions, but that'll be more along the lines. Not right now, but I will be making videos in terms of which ones I like, which ones I don't, and then giving you advice so you could benefit the most on your options. So now the trading platform I recommend the most is Robinhood. I don't have any like stake in Robinhood. They're not paying me for this. This is just purely like because I use Robinhood. I like Robinhood. They don't charge any commission, so that's a big factor. If I'm not paying $7 every time I buy, $7 every time I sell, it adds up for me since I'm basically day trading all the time. It would get to me, so Robinhood doesn't do that, so you don't have to pay commission. So that's a nice little bonus that I like from Robinhood. It's really easy to sign up. You can put your money in, then transfer it to your bank account. They don't really give you much of a hassle with it, so I really recommend Robinhood if you want to get started with it. So now I use Robinhood as my trading platform where I execute all my trades, but I use the TD Ameritrade Thinkorswim platform to do all my analytics, because there it has beautiful graphics, charts where you could see the RSI, MACD, SMA, EMA. You could see a bunch of indicators that really help you with understanding if it's a good buy or if it's a good sell. Now the RSI, MACD, SMA, EMA, you could look all that stuff up. It's pretty simple. It's just basically indicators on if it's overbought, oversold, what's the average price of the stock, how it's been acting in the past couple of days. So if you're looking at all that, it'll really help you to make a better decision on whether you want to get in on it now, whether you want to wait, or just basically when is the best time, and if it's the best time right now for you to invest in that particular stock. So when it comes to options trading, if you're betting on, let's say, a Tesla stock for the option, it's only going to be available basically from 9:30 to 4. So pre-market hours, after market hours, it will affect it, but you won't see the result of it until regular market hours. I just wanted to throw that in there because you're not going to see any movement in your options after 4 or before 9:30. So that sums up more or less what options trading is. So thank you for watching my video. I really appreciate it. Be sure to, if you haven't already, to please like and subscribe to my channel. Now, if you want me to make any videos about anything, just drop it down in the comments. And if you would like to see me do live trading or suggesting, just drop it down in the comments too, and I'll be sure to do that. Thank you.